the musical is your most recently released
Yes.
credit as casting director. Was there anything about that particular project that stands out?
Yeah, well, so for that one, I just cast the kids. The adults were packaged and put together by the producers before I came on. And so, I've worked on a few things with kids. I worked on Stranger Things, the first two seasons of Stranger Things. I did Ginny and Georgia. So I feel like I know tweens and teenagers as well as one can. So
Yeah.
it was really cool because the director of that movie, Giselle Bonilla, she was a child actor and she really didn't want actors that people knew. And there aren't that many that are, 12 to 14
Mhm.
that are recognizable, but she didn't want Disney kids. She didn't want someone that had been on a show that people would recognize. And so what was really special about that is we really did just get to get good kids and we cast kids who felt like we cast them for who they were, not for who they could play.
Mhm.
The audition process was really interesting because it started with I would go through the submissions and the breakdowns and I would pick people whose faces I liked, right? Interesting faces, but I didn't watch any demos or anything. And then we just asked them to tape an audition where they talked to us for a couple of minutes about a piece of art that they had made recently, what they liked about it, what they would have done differently, so we could just get a sense of who they were and what they liked. And then we also asked them to do a little dance because we needed to make sure people could dance. And then we brought, I think it was like 30 kids in total for a day of callbacks at AFI,
Mhm.
um, where we just played games and we ran the scenes a couple times with different pairings, but mostly it was just to see which groups came together. Because that's what people do, right? Is you find your little groups, and we wanted it to feel like a real group of kids that were friends.
Mhm.
And so we saw who started to congregate together throughout the day, who ate lunch together, that kind of thing, what their vibes were, and then we were able to kind of come up with an ensemble that then they wrote a little bit more for each one to make it feel real.
Interesting. So you're kind of part spy, part
I also have
casting.
a psychology degree, and I think I use it a lot.